Hi everyone, I hope all of you are doing well. So आज हम एक particular ethics case study. We are going to talk about an ethics case study today. And in this ethics case study, I'm going to tell you a framework, एक ढांचा जिसको बोलते हैं हिंदी में. I'm going to tell you a framework on how to solve case studies. And in this particular framework, we are going to see various things. We are going to see various things such as what are the various stakeholders, how to analyze them, what are the various kind of options that you can create. So this framework will help you to concretize your analysis of a case study. And in case studies, it is very important. I personally also use this case studies framework because it helps you to make the problem solving of case studies, hundreds of case studies, much easier. And remember, case studies is not like any other GS paper. It's not like any other kind of prelims paper, any other kind of subject topic. Case studies present to you real life situations in which a particular person, a civil servant, a private businessman, a private person who's working in a job, a lecturer in a university, a police officer, all these kind of different people are facing some kind of an ethical dilemma, an ethical problem. And in that ethical problem, if they have to come out of it, they have to analyze all these kind of different things and come up with a proper solution for that. So we will be going ahead and diving into that directly. उससे आपको help मिलेगी कि ethics की case studies को कैसे देखा जाए, कैसे solve किया जाए. Now let's go ahead and dive into the case study.
So while you are solving case studies for ethics, it is very important to have a set framework that you can use to solve these case studies. Now here I have devised a case study framework. I will also share this on the community page so you can use it. And this framework will give you a very easy way to think about the case study and very easy way to solve the case study. So what is this framework? First of all, number one, you have to start by reading the actual case study, reading the whatever the case study has been given, and the first thing that you want to do after that is identify what is the ethical question that is presented in that case study. There must be some kind of ethical question that has come up in that case study. So there might be an ethical question about you as a particular person. There will be a role given to you as a person. You could be a vice principal of a college, you could be a bureaucrat, civil servant, you could be a police inspector or a policeman, or you could even be an engineer. And there will be an ethical question presented in front of you, that as that person, what kind of steps will you take in that particular ethical dilemma. So for example, I will show you a few such ethical dilemmas so that you can get an idea. So first of all, identify what is the ethical dilemma. What are you fighting for? You have to identify that first. The second is write the various facts in the situation. So in points, quickly write down on the side paper of the case study various points that you think are the important facts. So for example, write down who all are the stakeholders. So figure out who are the main characters, human or otherwise, and what are the relevant facts of the case. Who are the main stakeholders? Who are stakeholders? Stakeholders can be anyone, like citizens who might be complaining about a particular problem in that particular case study. There might be a civil servant, there might be government, there might be political leaders or political parties. Okay, then there might be some engineers or technical persons, your seniors as a civil servant, your seniors, or even seniors in a private company. So sometimes these cases are based for private companies also. You are given as a role in a private company as a manager or something. So even your seniors, your media, all these various stakeholders are there. There could be even more stakeholders than this. So you have to ensure that all these stakeholders are identified in that case, and you should write down the other facts also, like what are the main situations that are given in the facts in the case. All right. Then after that, you have to understand what are the needs of the stakeholders. Whatever stakeholders are being given, what are the needs of each of these stakeholders? Who are the needy stakeholders who we need to help, or who we need to assist, or who we need to address in that particular case. Then after that, we need to brainstorm various options that are available to us, and you can write the pros and cons also of that particular ideas that you have. So once you identify who are the stakeholders, you will know what are the solutions you can give them. Write down the solutions in small points, brainstorm them, and then also write the pros and cons of each of these particular solutions that you have come up with. All right. Then think about these particular options you have come up with in your own mind, logically and ethically. So you don't want to look at it just from a general point of view. No, you want to also look at it from an ethical, legal, logical, environmental, constitutional, or maybe even some old cases, Supreme Court cases, guidelines such as Vishakha guidelines can always be used in cases of sexual harassment cases. So all these various things, any kind of economic to do with finances, finance code, etc., you should try to evaluate these options around these particular points, and you should also be able to justify them with some kind of, let's say, some kind of cases happened in the Supreme Court. That makes your answer much more solid. All right, then of course you are going to go ahead and write your answer, and you are going to go ahead and justify all these points that you have provided. You are going to finalize what one point of action you think is correct, and finally in conclusion you can reflect also on whatever outcome you have given in case it is required. So here I have given in detail also, like while you are following this process, you keep these things in mind. You also figure out the significant ethical issues, what are the main options available, any kind of ethical issues that are there, options that are there, like I've told you, what is the most ethical option that is available. All right, and you should defend your options with appropriate reasoning and appropriate theories also. So here I have given a full-fledged examples of how you can solve a particular case study, like what are the steps you can take. I have given example of a topper's copy also, who had done a great job in solving case studies here, so that you can understand that. But apart from that, you will get an idea how to solve that case study. So let me go ahead and show you one case study here. So this case study is from the last year's paper. You are a vice principal of a college in a town, and principal has recently retired and management is looking for his replacement. There are also feelers that the management may promote you as a principal. So there is a chance that you might be promoted and you are a vice principal. Okay, so write this down, write the facts down. When you are doing this in your home, you can write it on a rough page of paper when you're practicing, but in exam you can just write it on the corner of the paper also. So you are vice principal and you can be potentially promoted to principal. So here is a important fact. Then in the meantime, during annual examination, so there is an exam going on, flying squad has come to the university, and so exam is going on, annual, and 2 students have been caught red-handed cheating. All right, so a senior lecturer of the college was personally helping these students also. Now senior lecturer was also involved in helping these particular students, and one of the students was son of a local politician. Now this senior lecturer is close to the management, and one of the students was also son of a local politician who was responsible in getting college affiliated to present reputed university. This is an important fact. So this is a person of power. So you can write like person of power in state. So this is all stakeholder analysis, what we call. We are seeing who are the stakeholders. See, ethics cases are always about people, because people are involved, right? So their concerns are involved. The second student was son of a local businessman who has also donated maximum funds for the college. You immediately inform the management. Now the management told you to resolve the issue with flying squad at any cost. They further said that such incident will not only tarnish the image of the college, but also of the politician and businessmen, who are important personalities for the functioning of the college. You are also given a hint that your further promotion to principal depends on your capability. So here there is a misprint. Depends on your capability in resolving this issue with flying squad. And in the meantime, you were intimated by the administrative officer that certain members of the student union are also protesting outside the college against the senior lecturer and the students involved in this incident, demanding strict action against defaulters. So now there is another stakeholder. So stakeholders, you write political leader, businessman, management, student, leader, a union, right? Then after that, obviously, you know you are a vice principal, so that is there. Apart from that, media, of course, media is also will be coming here. It's not given in the case, but it's also important that media is a stakeholder here, right? Flying squad, not really very important. They have done their job and left, but you can write it. So all these are various stakeholders. So you have to discuss the ethical issues involved in the case, number one, and number two, what are the options available to you as the vice principal and what option will you adopt. So directly we get to the point. In the answer, we directly get to the point. What are the ethical issues involved in this case? So what do you mean by ethical issues? Ethical issues means what kind of principles of ethics are being questioned or are at stake here. So professional integrity is at stake of yours, correct? Then moral strength is at stake here because you as a person has to take a very high moral ground. So moral strength is at stake. How biased or unbiased you are. Okay, so all these kind of various things are being tested in this particular case. Of course, I think one thing I can add here is probably the fact that your image of the college is also at stake, because if you take the right action, the image of the college will further improve. All right, so that is one of the key things you can put. Media perception and people's perception is also at stake here. That is also an ethical issue. Okay, then more, you can add one more thing, that the confidence of the students in the administration and in professors, in teachers is also at stake. So a very big thing is at stake here, and that you have to write down first. So identify that, brainstorm that, and identify that and explain it. Okay, explain it like here, see, I have explained it in a very short manner. The senior lecturer has compromised his professional integrity by not taking action. However, the situation is also a test of my own integrity as it creates a conflict between my duties and personal interest. So here, there is a conflict, ethical conflict between your personal interest, that of course you want to be the principal, but also there is your personal duty, your professional duty to report this particular case, to take action on this particular case. And senior lecturer, I forgot to put here, he is also a stakeholder here. All right. Now these are the options. You can elaborate on this, and then these are the options. What to do? Whether you options are simple, right? Not take action, let the flying squad take strict action, or convince the flying squad not to take any action and punish the boy after conducting an internal inquiry. So these are the different kind of options that are available, that you can let the flying squad take strong action against the senior lecturer and then the students. You can just ignore this whole problem, or you can tell the flying squad that, look, please don't interfere. We will take action at our own end, and we will conduct a confidential inquiry about this. So of course that is also an option. You provide the merits and demerits of both of these. Here I provided, and then finally you will also tell them what action will you take. Specifically, what action will you take? This will also be told. So this is how you address these kind of questions. Use the framework that I've told you. It's a very good framework. I personally use this framework, and it works very well, because it's very specific, very easy to follow, easy to practice, and it can be applied to most of the cases. Hopefully this class has helped you. Let me know if you have any questions on ethics. The mains is coming soon, so do a lot of practice of ethics also, because that is something, one of the areas that a lot of us ignore. Take care. Bye-bye.